welfare queens and hoochies, the actual utter ghetto, could not even be desirable even if our life depended on it. The ugliest demographic, the just lost, right? That's what you want us to think. That's what you want us to think. The truth is, we are the most educated. We are extremely desirable. We are the table, the chairs, the foundation, the room, the building, the air you breathe. And it shows because there's no way in the world a world could be so obsessive about a particular individual or a particular group of people, so much so that we cannot be silent enough for you. We cannot be loud enough to satisfy you. We cannot be confident enough to satisfy you. We cannot be shy enough to satisfy you. It is as it, the world is so used to siphoning the love, the laughter, the warmth of a black woman. Never, ever, ever deserved it. Never, ever put forth any effort to say thank you for giving and giving and giving and giving and giving me. Thank you. Just can't let us be. I don't get it. If you don't like me, why can't you leave me alone?
That is literally what a lot of people are saying, and black women are complaining that specifically black men are saying, we gonna leave you alone. And black women are angry about that and saying something completely different. There's no middle road. And I think that that's the biggest problem. Like, if we just realistically having a conversation here and we want to remove the emotion and we want to start to really get down to the brass tacks and the roots as to why stereotypes are earned, they're not necessarily given, then you can really deep dive into this video and you can see her attitude, her sentiment, and you can probably just imagine how difficult it is to live with somebody like this, right? Because it's imagine living with somebody that is so unaware of their presence and how they can be received versus the way that they communicate and the way that they are received. And they are so busy trying to tell you how awesome they are when they are truly, truly, and I'm not saying this in an individual level because I know some phenomenal, awesome, submissive, great black women, obviously. Some of y'all have even met them at the meetup. But to see this and the experience in black culture is so underwhelming, it's crazy to me. Like, how can somebody be so arrogant, but at the same time, the statistics show differently? So, like, for example, she says, we're the most educated in what? Gender studies? African American studies? Like, what? Underwater basket weaving degree? Because if you go into the STEM fields, that's a completely different conversation, right? I don't see the most educated. I see the most enrolled. I also see the most in debt, and I see the most laid off and complaining about the economy right now. I see the most diversity, equity, and inclusion employed, but they don't need that anymore. And so now that they're starting to hire people based off of merit instead of qualifications in being a woman and being black, it's a completely different game now. And I'm just being realistic. Like, you can't have these type of struggles but then be arrogant at the same time. Confidence and arrogance is two different things, right? And arrogance is basically an air. If we just want, what I'm saying, let's just deep dive a little bit. Arrogance is when you have this air about yourself that's not necessarily true. You can't prove it. It doesn't, pass the shit test. Whereas confidence is something that people may not necessarily care for, but you back it up and it's absolutely true. It's something that you can prove. You got the data and the statistics. And the world is not necessarily checking for you. The world is telling you to stop being so arrogant at a time when everything is on display, and your humility will be your come up, and your mouth, that fucking mouth, is going to be your downfall. And the majority of women that I see that are my color, that have my pigmentation, and it don't even matter if they African, it don't matter if they black Americans, They talk so much. They got so much haughtiness. It's never their fault. It's everybody else's responsibility to acknowledge them while at the same time they're not necessarily doing nothing. The most pregnant, but the most single mothers. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, calm down, cowboy. You know, and I'm not even trying to humble you. I'm not trying to go off on you because I think it's American culture when you talk about the toxicity of women in general and the family court system and all of that. But you can't sit there and data and the statistics say that you are not past any demographic or group or men as far as your earnings and your successes and all of that stuff, but you are getting the most evicted. You know, you may buy a home, but you house poor. I don't know, man.
If you don't like me, why are you constantly talking about me, even when I don't talk to you? I don't get it. We don't even know you existed until you were so loud that it disturbed our peace. Okay? We tried to save you. You've ridden our backs this entire time. We've given. Even without consent, you have still taken, as if it is not enough. Has it ever been enough? Will it ever be enough? For the first time in history, we have been able to say, leave me alone, no mas, no more. You cannot have free reign when it comes to over here. You don't get my attention for free. You don't get my money for free. You don't get my skin for free. You don't get it for free. And that's why this is so controversial. Is because the world is not used to hearing a black woman say no. And moreover, they're not used to hearing it. They're not used to accepting no as an answer. But it is. It is a full sentence. Actually, you could fill an entire book with no. You could, and it would be legitimate. Because that is open and shut. That's it. We don't owe this world anything. We never did. But we have given and given and given. In every corner that you look, you will find a black woman. You will find the essence of her. You will find something that came from her, something that was stolen from her. Yet you still want more. Yet we still must speak to you in order to make you feel comfortable, in order to make you feel what? And what?
She just talking at this point, y'all. Honestly, I always like to link back to the content creator because it's the right thing to do, regardless of whether I agree with him or not. Because I just give credit to the content creators that we have conversations about that stoke these type of conversations. I'm hoping that she don't speak for y'all. That when black women see this video of her communicating like this, because if she said that we tried to lead y'all what to Kamala Harris, where into the mire to who family court? You know what I'm saying? Like lead who where? Who's begging for these women? The only thing that I see people doing is saying, "Hey man, stop ghettoifying the Carnival cruises and don't wear bonnets in Walmart with your pajamas on and try not to continue to stoke feminism and please stop protesting and telling the world that this is what we want and don't vote the way that's negative because women are bad when they start to make decisions for themselves so we don't need you to make them on behalf of the United States of America. You know what I'm saying? So it's exhausting. I'm assuming that she doesn't speak for everybody. So, but to be honest with you, this is normal. This is common. This is not something that's weird or something that we haven't all experienced. This is not something that's wild to us. This is our cultural norm, unfortunately. But I don't know. Maybe you guys can give me some insight. Make sure you tap into the Patreon link is in the description. Let me know on the inside of the comments what you guys think.